Hello everybody and welcome to my page, Messages from Venus. So I am making a video, and this video is as promised. As I told you guys that I was going to do are the angel cards that I replaced or that I used in replacement of Doreen Virtue's decks that you can get along as well. You can use them for spell work, you can use them for ancestor work, etc., etc. Some of them are out of print and some of them are difficult to find, but I'm gonna just show you guys some of them and give you guys the names of the decks. Let's see, I just got this one. I ordered it sometime like a week or two ago, and I just did the 60-second first impressions on Instagram. This is the Oracle cards for personal and planetary transformation, heart and soul deck. Okay, it's heart-shaped deck, and these are only the angel decks. Okay, and after this I'm gonna make a separate video in regards to the different spirits, or the different, I don't even know, I don't want to disrespect them. Yes, the different elemental spirits that you guys are working with, so you recognize who they are, and that they're not just all angels, and that not all angels are made the same, okay? And that not all of them have the same purpose. Once you recognize the name of a deity, the name of a specific species, or the name of a spirit, you can control it. You can control who and what comes in and out of your life, okay? So this is the heart and soul. It doesn't bring a guidebook. It brings this extra heart-shaped card. The cardstock is very hard, and it has beautiful imagery in it. And this deck has the information in the back. So this deck it's not all about angels. It has some of the repetitive imagery in his other decks, just so you know. It's not just about angels, but it's also about inner self, transformation, connection to Gaia, a goddess and God information, or your feminine or masculine energies that you can use. You can use it as an affirmation or a daily draw. You can use it for any type of reading. It doesn't have to be just yourself or self-love. And the reason why I chose this deck, even though it doesn't say angel deck, but it's because this is the type of deck that it has imagery of a human angel, or an angel that has human features, but it allows you to feel the angel within you. It allows you to feel your soul, which is also an angel. It's also a messenger of the sunlight, the messenger of things in life, and that not everything is going to be okay at all times. It's not a fluffy deck at all. It'll give it to you exactly how it wants, and you know, and you need to hear it. So these decks that I'm showing you guys are not always fluffy, even though sometimes you need the fluff. Sometimes you need to let yourself have it in a way where you don't grow your ego, or you don't allow yourself to be malicious towards your situation or people that put you in a certain situation. Next I have Kyle Gray Angel Prayers Oracle cards. This is the guidebook. These are the backs of the cards. The cards are gilded, and this deck, you can use it to literally pray with the angels, or be thankful or be grateful with the angels. It's borderless. The imagery is beautiful, and the cards are not whitewashed at all in any way, shape, or form. And it also includes the fairy. Why? I'm gonna explain this to you guys in the next video. I just want to, you know, I'm just taking my foot out of the other chair, but I don't want you guys to be a little confused. I'm gonna try not to go off topic here, but this is a deck that is not whitewashed at all, in contrast of her decks that are a little whitewashed, some of them, and do not allow you to have a different imagery of what an angel actually is. Kyle Gray is another spiritual energy spiritual consultants, angel card reader. You guys can follow him. He has another deck coming out soon, which has to do with your ancestors. But this one is beautiful if you want to just be grateful for daily draws, for self-love, etc., etc. And they're so ridiculously accurate. It's quite disgusting at times. Let's see. Then we have the angels that are called or considered the fallen angels. I'll make separate videos about that, but I'm going to just show you guys that this is a tarot deck. This is a tarot deck, the Azathoth Tarot. The Azathoth Tarot. I'm going to try to edit this video where in the description box I have the information for all of these cards. But this is a tarot deck, and it has a very, it's like a Thoth system, but it does use, you know, the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. It's not as dark as people might think it is. He's actually quite playful, if you ask me. And they're pretty big. I don't read reversals with this deck, but I feel like a lot of you guys only stick to one side of the angels as opposed to exploring the all of the angels, or all aspects of angels, or deva spirits, or angel deva spirits. It's important you guys know these things. Doreen Virtue, I have not seen or heard. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys can comment below for those of you that read her books, because I do not. But I have not heard her in any of her interviews or any of the places where she markets, or anybody that goes to any of her seminars talk about the fallen angels in a sense where you guys can prevent yourselves from speaking to them or contacting them, as opposed to allowing everything that has wings walk through the doors of your house. This is what happens to her, and that's why she is feeling away now, because besides her greed, but she's feeling away because of that. So I have this other deck as well. This is the Angel Hearts Sigils, Mystical Symbols from the Angels of Atlantis by Stuart Pearce, an author of Angels of Atlantis illustrations, or illustrated by Richard Crooks. And this is the guidebook. And these are the backs of the cards. And this deck is not whitewashed at all. It incorporates a lot of cultures within each deck. The symbols or the sigils are not the usual symbols or sigils that you see. I really like this deck because it allows you to have an intuitive definition, or have an intuitive reading. Use your intuition a little bit more, and it allows the symbols to speak to you as well. The symbols that I'm talking about are right here. The symbols that some of you, if you study the angels in their totality, as opposed to just the fluff of them, or the quote-unquote higher forms of them, you would know that the angels have sigils themselves, and some of them work with the Enochian magic, or the Enochian symbols. I know there's another name for them, for the symbols or sigils, and it just erased. It came out of my mind. It's just gone. But these sigils, I feel, are different. I don't know who Stuart Pearce was communicating with, but I feel like he was communicating with another, either another facet of the archangels, or with the angels that in the aspect of their origin. So how do I say it? So if he was talking to, for example, Haniel, this card is Haniel Champion, and then you have the sigil. So this would be the original sigil used back in Atlantis, as opposed to the sigils used in Enochian magic. So these are the cards. And this deck doesn't necessarily talk about relationships. I didn't read the book, but I'm not quite sure why he called it Angel Heart Sigils. I'm not sure. I think it's more because they're connected with the origin, or the different origin of the angels. Let's just leave it at that. Then we have the Axe and Angel guidebook and deck, and this is Blue Angel Publishing. This is also Tony Carmon Salerno. And this deck I trimmed. I do have a review of this deck up. None of the other decks that I've shown you that I can't think. Yeah, I don't think I have a review of any of the. Oh, you know what? I do. Ask the Angels. Angel Prayers, Oracle cards. I have a review of those cards, if I'm not mistaken. But you guys can check out the cards that I've reviewed or not. I have many reviews to do. And I do the reviews as I use the cards, you know, or as I feel comfortable with the cards. Then, so this is the Axe and Angel guidebook and deck right here. And like I said, I trimmed these cards because they were really big. They're very colorful, but you could also, with this deck, or these are the backs, and I edged them in pink. With this deck, you have not just an archangel, but you also have other angels that have appeared to Tony Cameron Solano. Their symbols, the imagery that they want, what they represent. So it allows you to be in contact with the angels in a different hierarchy, because you guys know that the archangels are not the highest angels. So the bullshit that they've been feeding you guys, or some people have been feeding you guys, is ridiculous. With this deck, you will get to know that. You will get to know that the archangels are not the highest of the angels in the hierarchy of angels. They are called archangels because they have a specific job to do in their realm. And they're just it's just one word at the bottom, or one or two words at the bottom, but the imagery is beautiful. A lot of esoteric symbolism in the deck, so it allows you to learn esoteric symbolism and how to connect with the angels in other ways, as opposed to just the fluff. And it's not whitewashed at all. And you can do any type of reading with this deck. Doesn't necessarily need to be love or anything like that. You can do any type of reading. I specifically use this deck, which I was going to sell, but I use it to do spell work with it. Just so you guys know. Now we have, how many minutes? It's 12 minutes. Okay, then we have the Angel Blessings, Cards of Sacred Guidance and Inspiration by Kimberly Maroney. And this is the guidebook. I have not read the guidebook for some of these. This is the back. And these are the cards. And these cards are also other type of angels. I have to read the book because I'm not quite sure what our hierarchy they're involved in. But you have Zadkiel, which a lot of people don't really talk about. Ramelia, which a lot of people don't ever hear about. You know, so you can tell that these people actually did connect to another form of archangels, and they're not just feeding you the bullshit that I feel Doreen Virtue allows people to stay stuck on. Repetitive bullshit. When you guys encounter archangels, or not archangels, I'm sorry, deck creators or spiritual consultants or spiritual healers and leaders in the angel community, or angel reader, or, you know, life coach, I don't know, life coach section. I don't even know what category people put themselves in nowadays. But you can see that they have a separate connection, and that they know a little bit more than what is just in books. So you can tell these things. You have these depictions that are more like not Renaissance, but I just forgot the type of art there is. It is, but you can find these type of arts in like the Catholic Church, etc., etc. And they're very human-looking angels interacting with humans. Zoked Hausi. And they also have numerology up on top, which you can use. So it's a lot. It's a lot of different angels that you don't really hear about. And you can give yourself a reading with these, or you can give a reading to someone else. The book, I've skimmed through this book before, but the book is very informative because it tells you the hierarchy, and it explains to you where these angels preside and what their purpose is for each angel. And then this is another deck. This is another Fallen Angel deck. And a lot of you guys have seen it because it's called the Fallen Angel Oracle deck. And it talks about, again, the fallen angels. I think I'm probably missing the Damien Tarot or the Demon Tarot. That's another deck that you guys can look into for angels or fallen angels that are still devas. If you want to tap into separate sections or separate aspects of the angels. And this deck is very on point. It's very, you can use it as an intuitive deck, but it allows you not only to learn each angel, but it also, with the little keywords and the numbers, it allows you to know what their functions are. This deck does bring a guidebook. However, I don't have the guidebook with me. I did do a review of this deck. I do remember that. So the next decks that we have are this one is the Archangels and Gemstones Guardians, and this is the extra card that it comes in. And this deck was created by Margaret Ann Lembo. And so you have the image of the gemstone or the crystal information, and then you have the archangel in the back. And a lot of these archangels are not archangels that everyone works with or that everyone is familiar with. I like this deck a lot because it doesn't have an actual image of an archangel, which allows you to connect with them in the form that you want to connect with them. However, as I've explained many of times before, that can also be a little dangerous because instead of you connecting with them in their true form, in their natural form or in their first form, you connect with them in a form where you feel comfortable, and then when they appear to you in a different level, they can play tricks on you. So it's important to have a communication with the angels. And then I have Angel Oracles, and this is a deck by Janine Leto, and this is a little booklet. I found this on Amazon, on eBay. These are the backs. This is not the gilded version. I've heard there is a gilded version of this deck. And this deck is a little whitewashed, but it was in my I want to give away collection. I want to sell this deck, but it didn't want to leave me alone. It literally did not allow me to sleep because it really wanted to be in my collection, so I left it there. But this is a tarot deck. It's not an oracle deck. This is a Rider-Waite-Smith clone. And you can use this tarot deck as opposed to other decks that she may have out there. And it does have the Devil, it does have the Tower, but it is a little whitewashed, just so you guys know. Then we have the Greetings from the Masters, Mystics, Saints, and Gemstone Guardians from Margaret Ann Lembo once again. And then we have this deck that talks about, of course, the Masters, Mystics, Saints, and Gemstone Guardians. And again, it has a gemstone and then the name of the Master, Mystic, Saint, or, angel in the back. And again, it doesn't have imagery for anyone or any person. And it allows you to connect to angels that she does not really speak about in her writings. I'm sure I have other decks that might connect to the angelic realm, but I just want to show you guys these decks because I feel like these are decks that may help people a little bit more. And as I go along the line, I might find other decks in my collection because I have a lot that talk about different angels. Like the Holy Grail Tarot deck. That talks about the Holy Grail, but it does also mention angels in it, and it has a lot of angels in the deck. So you guys can go ahead and check that out, even though I don't have it here with me, I don't think. So this is the Archangels Inspirational Cards by Adriano Boldrini. And this is the book. And these cards have a lot of esoteric symbolism at the back. And these are the angels in a Kabbalistic manner, or how they're viewed in a Kabbalistic way. And of course, somebody's coming in the door. Give me just a minute. Okay, guys, so like I was saying, angels, inspirational cards. So these are, the names are in the top with the Hebrew language and at the bottom, and they're not whitewashed at all in any way, shape, or form. You can use them intuitively, or you can use them to just read for people, for yourself or for people. They have different images of the archangels. I'm trying to go as fast as possible, as I only have 40 minutes to record left on my recording, and I have a few more decks to go. So let's see how that goes for me. Then I have the Kabbalah Angel Tarot, which is not really a tarot deck per se, but I guess they call it that. This is the book, and these are the small cards. These are the backings. These cards are the Kabbalistic, also Kabbalistic angels, and it has the name and the number up on top, and then it also has a keyword at the bottom, and it has imagery that is not whitewashed at all, as opposed to some imagery that a lot of people use to represent angels, and it's always whitewashed. So you can find yourself looking at other cultures throughout other decks as well. And this is a beautiful deck to work with. It's very accurate. And it's also, it just allows you to be in a different space with the angels, or interact with different angels. It doesn't have to be the archangels all the time, you know. Then, of course, I don't have the book for this one with me, but this deck is the Enochian Tarot. And this deck, I think this is the 1989 publication of it, or print of it. This is the back, and it does bring a guidebook, which is very informative, so you can look into, like I said, it's supposed to be a tarot deck, but I use it both as a tarot and as an oracle deck, because the energy that comes out of these cards are absolutely amazing. I did a 60-second first impressions on it in my Instagram for those of you that want to know. It also allows you to see the levels of angels, their purpose. It allows you to see them in a totally different way. It allows you to travel back to Babylon. It allows you to travel back in time. It allows you to see other facets of angels, such as this one as well. The deck in and of itself is pretty big and thick, so it's difficult to shuffle sometimes. It's very difficult to shuffle. I don't read reversals with it. It does not have Rider-Waite-Smith imagery in it at all, so you have to know your stuff. This is a deck that you have to study, for sure. And it tells you a different story as well. Let's see. This is the book that it brings. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. Oh, look at that. I do have the tarot deck. Okay, so then I have, this small little deck was given to me by Amber in Wonderland, and it's called the Angel Heart Love Cards by Annie Rose, Soul and Spiritmagazine.com, if you guys are interested in getting it. And this is another beautiful little deck. It gives you different names and different images of different angels that you might not be aware of, or that you might not know of, or you might not be connected to. This deck is beautiful. It does not give a face to the angels at all in any way, shape, or form. And it does not bring a guidebook, this deck. It's good for daily draws, and also to give like 3 or 4 card readings for clients, or to close a reading after you give like an oracle or tarot reading for a client. So the imagery is beautiful. Then you have the Angels of Atlantis Oracle cards, Receive Inspiration and Healing from the Angelic Kingdom by Stuart Pearce once again. This is the back. And these are all archangels that people already know, like Uriel, Metatron, Haniel, Michael, Raphael, etc. But these are very like astral, or very connected to the astral plane. These have different images of light in the middle. And it's symbolizes a form or way they can connect with you. It is not whitewashed at all. It has different cultures to go with the deck, just like his other deck, the Hearts of Sigil tarot deck, Oracle deck. And I feel like this deck, you can use it very good for daily draws, and also to connect with them, to meditate with them. If you want to leave it on your altar, it's good because it connects with them really, really well. I don't know who he spoke to. I don't know what he was talking to. I don't know what he did, but he connects with other angels, other realms. I love Stuart Pearce. And then I have the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. And the reason why I chose this deck to show you guys is because this is another Calgary production. But it's because I know Doreen likes to do like the ancestors and like the gods and goddesses. This is another replacement deck that you can use. It's the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards, and the artwork is by Lily Moses. And again, they're having another deck. This is the back and the sides, the gilded. They're having another deck come out, and this deck is not whitewashed. It does have Jesus in it. But it has him in a different light. You can connect with him in a different light. It has galactic energies or entities, Divine Feminine, Mary Magdalene. It has other cultures involved in here of people, actual people and entities and spirits that you might have never heard of. Like, for example, Odin. A lot of people don't even know who he is. The White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit. And this deck is good because it's the Keepers of the Light, because it allows you to connect with other energies or other messages other than the same old bullshit. Then you have the Guardians of Wisdom, and this is Guardians of Wisdom Universal Power cards, and this is the box that it comes in. She will sign the box for you if you like. Her name is Emmy Ledbetter. And these are the backs. They're totally and completely reversible. And the imagery is absolutely beautiful. This deck has correspondence with playing cards, so you can use them as divination and oracle cards as well. It has the gods and goddesses, the ancient Asians. It has the angels in them. Let me see. It has the angels. It has universal guardians as well. Let's see. What else does it have? It has different divisions. And I think that's it. Or in the Native Americans. And the imagery, of course, you can use it as a very intuitive deck. So, for those of you that like to play, that like to not play, but like to use playing cards as divination, this deck is wonderful for you, the Universal Guardians. Because it allows you to do that as you're still giving an oracle reading. Then I have Angel Chatter. This deck also has a book, and I don't have it with me. These are the backs. I trimmed this deck. It was really, really big. These are actual sigils that you can use to connect with the archangels or guardian angels. It has the name of the angels on the deck. It also has the little affirmation at the bottom and the meaning of the card right here. And it does have different sigils for each archangel. So if you ever want to do magic with the archangels outside of the Enochian realm, or the Enochian way of doing magic with them, then this is a wonderful deck to have. Angel Chatter. She has her own website, and she's also on Instagram. So this deck is beautiful. And it's not fluffy at all. At least I don't consider Angel Chatter to be a fluffy deck at all. Then you have let me get to this one. Then you have decks such as the Damien Tarot, and you get to know again a little bit darker facets of the fallen angels. And you get to know them. You can use this as divination cards or just to get to know them. You will not believe how much this deck helped me when I was fighting a certain entity in my house. If you do not know the name of the entity or what it wants or why it's there and who sent him or her, you probably never get rid of it. You need to get to know everything, you guys. You need to know every aspect in your magic. You probably won't ever get to know everything, and that's absolutely fine. But these entities do attack people sometimes, or some of them. Their job is to attack people, or attack certain aspects of your life, or sometimes people pay them to do that and conjure them up to do that. So you have to know how to react. And love and light isn't always the way to go, okay? Then you have the Baphomet, Tarot of the Underworld, and this is only the Major Arcana by Akron or H.R. Giger. Again, when I was a child, I used to have these come to me a lot, and I was very afraid of them because they were hideous, absolutely hideous. But now I understand them a little bit more. So this is another deck that would allow you to understand these entities or spirits. Some of them allow you to have an ego that is absolutely above and beyond yourself. And if you allow yourself to be controlled by them, it's a problem. And not everything that has wings, or not everything that says it's an angel is an angel. Sometimes they get disguised. Sometimes it's a jinn. You have to know how to react to these entities, you guys. You can't just be walking around thinking that everything is fluffy. That's not okay, because you'll never get to fight it. Then you have this other deck, and it's also by Kimberly Maroney. It's another deck of hers, Angels Love. And you don't always have to use this for love, but this is a good deck, and it's not whitewashed at all. I always use it for love readings if I want to give somebody or have a connection with somebody, or if I think that that person has a connection with angels, because not everybody's going to be in tune with angels. This deck is wonderful, and it's so on point. It's so on point. And it's not fluffy, even though it has one word at the bottom. I'm trying to hurry up because I don't want to go above and beyond what I need. Okay, I only have one more deck to go. And this one is the Blue Angel Oracle deck by Tony Carmon Solarno. Beautiful deck. If you want to ever astral travel, or you want to get to know Jesus Christ or Jeshua in a different manner, this is a beautiful deck because it shows you his light, it shows you his darkness, it also shows you how to travel around the universe. It embraces the God and Goddess within all of us. But it's more of a galactic being. It gives you a connection to him in a galactic being type of a way. It's very new agey because it does talk about ascension, etc., etc. But it's beautiful, beautiful. It allows you to connect to quote-unquote light beings in a different manner. This deck right here, just so you guys know. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I am going to make other videos in regards to angels as soon as this one is up and I fix it, and etc., etc. So I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And please, please, please do not be afraid of exploring other angels. Don't be afraid of getting to know other angels, even if you don't work with them, but know of their existence. And have self-love and respect for oneself. It is not over just because this individual decided to go another route or was afraid of what was in front of her. So I wish you guys the best of luck in your journey, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.